Good afternoon. This is Jordan Sunderholm with Fisher Nicholson Realty. Standing here at 5489 Shalynn Drive. It's currently listed at $349,900. It's been on the market 60 days. It's a 3-bedroom, 2 full bathroom. Square footage for the house 1,262, and the lot, it's a pretty good sized lot, although the backyard's pretty steep. The acreage is 0.21. And here in just a second, we'll run through on a dead-end road of Shalynn. A lot of new construction in every direction. This home that we're about to walk through was built 2023. We've got good sidewalks for walking dogs, although Shalynn is right off of Homedale, and there's a lot more traffic down there at the end of the road. But I expect we'll hardly get any drive-by traffic up here. This place all feels squeaky clean. It feels like a new construction home, although was built 2.5-3 years ago, back in 2023. We do have, for parking out here, a flat driveway, 2-car garage, and then we'll see a little bit more from the back and the side yard. There's actually, no, there's not a drive-through for the curb. There's a good amount of a gravel side yard with a swing-out gate where it looks like you could park another car or a boat or a toy back there behind the gate, behind the house. So the paint, the roof, the trim, everything just looks absolutely squeaky clean. I've been scrutinizing, looking for problems, and it's looking pretty good. I'll run through the house just a little bit backwards here. So we've got a cute front door. We've got our first 2 bedrooms and our hallway, but I'll run to the kitchen first. Coat closet on the left, bathroom and our master. We'll come all the way back to both those. So we've got our main living room, dining, kitchen, all kind of set up as one big great room. Well, yeah, I want to let you know I've got kind of a wider angle on my lens. Makes it a whole lot easier for you to see everything that's in front of me. But sometimes it makes walls get a little bit blown out, or sometimes it can make some rooms look a little bit bigger than they actually are. So keep that in mind as we run it all the way through. One thing a little bit unusual that sticks out to me, a lot of people love these mini splits. They've been around a lot. However, that is the original heat. Oftentimes we see that to supplement something, a previous system, but I believe there's no other vents throughout the house. So if that wasn't your favorite, oftentimes people could just replace the furnace, but that is the primary and only heat, and it should be heat and AC. I can double check that AC, but most of those mini splits are. Kitchen's pretty gorgeous. A lot of hard surface, looks like granite countertops. Just crispy clean cabinets all the way through. Every home that we go through, it's about 50% of the time if a refrigerator, a microwave, or a washer and dryer stay. It's a little bit easier to take a good guess when we've got an empty house. And in this home, the washer and dryer don't, but this refrigerator that we're looking at sure does. So we do have the garage. And this looks like the remote and thermostat, I'm guessing, for that mini split, which is actually in a couple different rooms. It's not just that one. However, all the heat sources are additional mini splits, very similar to that. Super clean 2-car garage. It's got a really strong smell that I can't quite place. Almost smells like a cleaning product or a pile of mothballs or something. I don't know what it is. I don't see any evidence of moisture or anything funny in here, but there's a really strong something. I don't know if they stored a bunch of paint in here, some paint thinner, got spilled. I don't know. Got a little question mark about that. This man door just gets us out to the side so we can see big gravel strip, swing out doors. We'll get to the backyard in a moment. There's the second half of that mini split, as well as some good gravel parking going in that direction. It's 2023 construction, breakers, all looks super clean. Hot Water heater looks pretty big, pretty new. It's already got earthquake strapping on it. Back to our great room. I like the archway here. So first we'll run over to the biggest bedroom. This certainly would be set up as the master. So we've got another mini split, slightly smaller than that big great room, but it should be on its totally separate thermostat here. Pretty enormous closet. Could almost call that a walk-in. With hanger racks on both sides. We are on a bit of a hillside. We actually get a lovely view looking up at Hogsback. And kind of a sleepy neighborhood behind here. We also get a little glimpse of a very low maintenance backyard. Almost the entire thing is gravel, but it's also pretty steep and some of the usability would be a challenge. But back to the master bedroom with a good sized bathroom off of it. Big soaking tub with really tall ceilings here. Some good towel work. And I'm pretty tall. I don't often see shower heads that are 1.5 feet above my head. That's kind of nice to have some extra height there. I'm gonna go find those other two bedrooms and the other bath. So here's our second bathroom, which would be the guest, as we're right in the middle of the hallway. Very similar tile work. Another big tub to soak in. Even backsplashes, it's got some pretty solid tile work all the way through. So we continue back towards the front door. We've got first our little coat closet. Now this looks unusual if it was new construction, but that is about 3 years old. I wonder if that was tying in some cable TV to different rooms, or perhaps if you had a sound receiver sending music to different areas. At the moment I don't know what all those chopped wires are. On this side it looks like coaxial cable, stuff that normally has an end like that you commonly see in the back of cable boxes or TVs. Back up again, we're at the front door, and we've got our other two bedrooms here. Again, some pretty solid sized closets. A little bit of shelving in there. It's hard to gauge the size of these rooms. I'd guess maybe 10 by 12, maybe 12 by 12. Again, this funny wide angle lens sure helps to show the space that we've got, but it can make some rooms look a little bit bigger. Now, while we had a mini split in the master bedroom and the great room, these two bedrooms have got these little electric wall cadet heaters. Run over to our last bedroom, 3 of 3. Very similar layout, very similar size to that last one. And of course another wall electric cadet heater with a little digital display right there. Nearly identical closet. All right, we'll run back down the hallway and see what we can see about this backyard. Oh, I forgot to stick my head in here. It looks like some accordion doors for a little pantry. A little pantry space, but also here's our washer dryer hookups. So we do have double shelves above that, so I bet turn about halfway into a pantry. Plus that washer dryer utility closet. So you can actually see for miles out here. And that big, huge mountain just yesterday. I was helping a friend. His son has recently got into RC planes, and he had a flyaway that got stuck halfway up that mountain. We went hiking and actually were able to recover it. And his kid was so excited. It flew about 3 miles, and we actually were able to get it back to the owner. It's pretty fun. So once again, the backyard is, on paper, enormous. I don't know how well this shows on this video. From about the gravel on the left to the bark chips on the right, all of the rest of it to my right is extremely steep. Yeah, plenty of room for dogs to run and play, but I don't know if you'd tear it out for, like, make different staircases for gardening. Certainly way too steep for trampoline or pools or any of those kind of backyard activities. But if you're looking for a low maintenance backyard, they've got everything around the perimeter is all the way graveled. Once you get the whole center section is all bark chipped. So at the moment, it's kind of a set it and forget it backyard. Depends on what you're looking for. And this side yard has got that full swing out gate. So it looks like you'd be able to pull right through. I would need to check if this area has got street restrictions. On my listing, it says there are no initial CC&Rs, but I always want to double check that with the city. It does look like you'd have space to park a full-size RV or just about anything that you'd want with easily enough clearance on this side of the house. There's the outside condenser unit coming off that mini split that was in the master bedroom. And we get over, decent size graveled side yard on this side, quite a bit smaller than the other. So we've got a man door at the front instead of a drivable sized gate access. So we've got a neighbor. They've tiered about 3 different levels in their backyard, working on the same hillside. Kind of a sleepy, quiet street. Home certainly looks beautiful. If you've got any more questions about this home or anything else in town, I've got access to everything. You can always send your questions my way or reach out for more tours. Anything that you like out here in Klamath Falls. Again, my name is Jordan Sunnerholm. You can always reach me directly by voice or text, 541-539-8916. Thank you. Hope you have a great day.